All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another Play and Explain video, another Unranked Duels video, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, a mode that I'm not probably my weakest mode overall, and it is moving, but I do feel like somewhat comfortable in the games that I've been playing, and moving helped me get up to 2k elo. Feel like I was balancing all three modes pretty decently. So as for someone that doesn't know a lot of info like me, cabs, Filipino provinces, all of that kind of stuff, a lot of land crisis, a lot of stuff like that. For someone who does that, I feel like I play decently well in moving, and that's because I feel like I have a good balance of knowing when to slam rounds, like in insta-send rounds, and when to actually look for info on those rounds. So I'll try to explain as we hop into games. My only concern is that we have a play 7 duels mission going on right now. So I'm concerned that if I queue up for moving, we might just get someone that I just queued this person, and I don't think they were moving. I think they're just queuing to complete the mission because it's unranked duels, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's just try to get through this game because they're not going to guess. It's a bit annoying that people will do this, but I mean, it happens. You just got to complete the mission, which is fair enough. Like, I need to complete the mission myself. I probably won't be doing this, but it's fine. Like, we'll just leave it here. We get 1,000 points for this, so we'll take the win. And sorry to start off this video on a weird foot, but we'll try to get an actual game in our next round here. If not, and we get joniber again, then a little tough, because we are trying to record, but got to deal with it. I mean, it's okay. Maybe they'll hop out of queue once they play those 7 duels. Okay, let's queue again. And we might get them again. And it looks like we will. Okay, they're just great. So, all right, let's just finish this game. Like, they're actually moving now. And they know where Drake is. Okay, are we actually playing this moving game? If we are, then this is a good learning opportunity, but I didn't know because we weren't playing the last 2 games that I played against you. Fair enough. Okay, let's actually try to play this moving game. If I send on round 2 and they've not sent, then I'm going to be a little bit sad, but we'll play it. We move into this very foggy camera here. Usually it can be good to look around on spawn to know which way to move usually, but on a round like that where I'm just in the middle of just kind of the forest there, usually just go the way that I'm facing. Okay, we will reset here probably on this. Generally, you want to go downhill on moving. Like, that's usually the optimal play, because you can typically get more info down on, it's more populated down at the bottom of hills most of the time rather than on the top. So generally you want to move downhill and kind of find info as you go on hilly rounds, especially like this. We did have a road number there. I think we had one. So we have the SP45. That's not going to be as useful because that is a provincial road. You're looking for mainly SS roads with that info. Well, we have our place name, which is going to be Fredo Bruzio. I mean, I'm honestly thinking that he's honestly not moved on this round, which is a little annoying. And he just moved because it was a Germany round. So, yeah, we're sending again. And he hasn't. Well, he has, actually. He's actually playing this game. See, it's just so confusing when you just don't play the last 2 games that I played against you, and now you're actually playing the game. Are you just playing like this no move or something? Okay, I just noticed we had Coast West, so I just sent here. There's Fiumi Fredo Bruzio. and we'll move in around 3. And I still don't know if he's playing the game or not, but we will try to use this as a learning opportunity. We have Slotsbron's TRX Lager. We have Sweden here with the red car. And then this is going to say nothing. Typically in Sweden, you can actually look at the back of railway crossings, and then you can typically get the idea. The 2s, like, it increases as you go further up. And we do have Stockholm and Mora on the E18. So we locate the E18, and then we're looking for the E45. Where's Mora again? Let's take a E45's here, so maybe something around here. Slotsbron could be our place, but maybe not. Let's take a look at this sign. Where'd it go? It's above me. Oslo and Gothenburg. Okay, so I'm going to assume we're somewhere here. And we went over a railway crossing. Don't think that works. Slotsbron's here. Okay, so I guess we're somewhere probably up here then. And, oh, we're just in downtown. We crossed here. Quite findable. Probably should have just sent in Slotsbron when it said Slotsbron, but looks like they're actually playing this duel, so we will continue to go, I guess. All right, looks like we got Newfie here. You typically want to nail down a region when you, okay, we got Arnold's Cove. I don't know where that is exactly, but obviously we are on the water somewhere. There's going to be a lot of coves. You typically want to nail down the region before you get moving, so you don't panic when they do end up sending. I don't see Arnold's Cove, so we'll take another look at some stuff. We have Arnold's Cove. St. John is to our south here, maybe. Or somewhere. Arnold's Cove? Admiral's Cove? We're here. Okay, I don't know how I didn't see this. That's quite findable, actually. But I'm glad that joniber is playing the game. All right, we'll move it around 5. Let's try our best. So even though we didn't find the info, Pennant. Pennant, probably our place. Now we're going to need to locate down a state. Maybe we go this way. Typically, you don't really want to go on dirt roads. Way less likely to find info there. It looks like there's a dirt road in both directions. So we know it's Canada, so we should probably look at some plates. It's probably a Sask plate with the green tint to it, but not like the green on both sides, the left and right side, like you would get in Manitoba. So I am thinking probably Sask, and we are on the road now. Saskatchewan Ave, yeah, that's very helpful, I think. Now you could scan for tenant here, or pennant rather. We do have a road number here, it looks like, the 32 south. So we just need to find the 32, 33. Typically you want to scan at a decent eye level. I'm not seeing 32 though. See every 30 number except for 32. So we'll need to zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's 32, here's Pennant. And then we were probably like here somewhere. Nice. So they have success in 14. I mean, they're very close to where their map is zoomed in on us. Looks like they didn't see it though. And they didn't get to the road number. So the road numbers in Sask are very useful, as we see, and we do get the 5k there. Very nice. Pick up 680 for that. And we'll move in around 6 now. 2x damage. We're able to get out to that road there. All right, we're in Japan here. Oh no, we're in Taiwan here, rather. Thought we were in Locam for a second. So Taiwan, you're mainly looking for road numbers. You can also use the blue plates that are typically on poles, because they have an alphabetical grid system to it. Whereas like A is up north on the westernmost portion towards Taiwan, and then it kind of goes like like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, and then it goes down and down and down. I can't really read that one, which is unfortunate. But luckily, Taiwan not that big of a place, so we should be okay. It looks like G, maybe? Is that what that says? Might be a G, so I'm going to send a bit further north. Okay, maybe it wasn't a G. 482 points. But yeah, it typically goes like A, B, C, D, E, F. Maybe G is down here, actually. So maybe it was a G. Like, I don't know them too well myself, but it is pretty useful if you want a decent region guess down, and that's kind of the only thing that you can use. Okay, we have Sri Lanka here. We got some big hills, so probably thinking in the middle with how jungly and tropical it looks. Sri is actually okay for info, unless you get everything in Tamil. But they do use English quite a lot. So if you are able to get to a main road, which I don't know if I will, and you find some billboards or signs, then you could typically find info somewhat easily. And it is a pretty scannable place, I'd say. Because of that. Can we just have a ridge here? Okay, I don't think we have anything. I'm probably just gonna try to line something up with a ridge of some kind and just slam on this. It's rounds like this in which kind of don't need to waste time with it. I mean, it's like flat-ish, but we have a ridge. So like it's like a north ridge, which is interesting. I'm curious as if he found something. I think I'm just gonna click in the flatter part here with the ridge. There's the ridge here, Nathagane Forest and Hill. Fair enough. He must have had like something on the sign there, or is this a really good region guess? Maybe the province, Northwestern province or something. But yeah, very good region guess. Okay, France is not something that I'm particularly happy about. We usually have the bigger city here and then the smaller city there. But we're on the D5. If you're thinking of scanning in France, don't, unless you get like an A road or something, because the D roads are extremely unorganized and you're typically not going to be able to find them. So that is quite a fool's errand. That being said, we have a lot of white houses, which would typically push me more northwest. But I don't know if that's going to particularly work in this instance. So typically what I'm looking for here is a phone code. I don't know them like all that specifically, but I do know that O1 is around Paris, O2 is west of Paris, like Brittany and like northwest and stuff. O3 is going to be east of Paris, like towards the Belgian border and Germany. And then 4 and 5, 4 is going to be like mostly the Alpine region, southeast. And we have an O6 there, which is going to be mobile, but we do have an O2. So that's going to be northwestern part of Paris. We have Vernou and Brenne. Maybe those are knowable. I don't know the second digits, unfortunately. So typically what I would do is I would usually send off of this, like just off of the O2. He's on a main highway, actually, which is, I mean, this is quite impressive that he's found this. Maybe I've just gone the wrong way for it. I went into that town instead, but O2 ends up being, yeah, this is about as far as O2 you can get. There's the place that we had on the sign there. Maybe knowable. But yeah, you can learn the second digits if you want. Typically, okay, I noticed we have an Antioquia pole paint here, which is like, works good amount of the time. So this is an instance in which I would slam. He also spots it, so typically when it's a smaller region like that and I can nail it down to a smaller region, I will typically just send, hoping that my opponent doesn't notice the info, and I'll take the risk. Because in general, like a lot of people will just hedge the middle of Colombia there, and that could be little cheeky points. This is a country in which I don't particularly love for moving, especially because I don't know phone codes. Bialystok. Where's Bialystok again? I've heard of Bialystok. Oh, I'm actually silly. Okay, he probably got to that same Bialystok sign as me, but we do find it in the end. There's just so many big cities in Poland that I should just know. But sometimes, like, your brain remembers that it's a big place, but it can't exactly remember where it is. And that's what happens to me quite often on moving. If you guys watch my typical duels, um, whenever I get a moving game. All right, so this one I noticed I have a ridge on both sides, so we're probably nestled within the mountains, and it's also helpful to know topography in some cases. Nothing on there. If anything local, I mean, one de Peron. Also, road signs will maybe sometimes have like the place name on it. This one not looking likely. Doesn't seem. Okay, so typically we're just going to look in the mountainous region here. I'm not sure exactly where, because it's very hard to find info like of the city that you're in Argentina specifically. Yeah. I mean, it says Catamarquena, which I don't know if that would put you. Okay, it does say Catamarca there. So we're in this province with San Miguel de Tucumán. Oh no, wait. Excuse me. I am trolling. Okay, we're probably just downtown Catamarca then. Grid looks good, so I'm just going to send off of finding that sign. He also has Catamarca on the sign, so we shouldn't do too much or hardly any damage here. And it does end up being 68 points, so we'll take it. Got our opponent under 2k health now. And we do have a road sign in Japan. We have Date and the 349. So these guitar pick roads are very scannable, but maybe I should be looking as to what region that we might be in first, so I can narrow down where I'm scanning. Okay, we're in Tohoku, it appears. So I completely messed up the scan there. Now, is this worth scanning for, is the question. Okay, we have the 349 here, so Date and Kakura. Looks like a pretty decently long road here. Date's here. Kakura? Where's Kakura? I don't know. But Date is here. So probably just going to leave it somewhere there. And we're actually north of Date. Oh, this makes sense because we get to this road. Yeah, nice find by them. Kakura's there. Okay. That's why I got confused, I think. All right, so we're in Mexico here now. This is not something that I feel super confident in either. But we do have some info, maybe. We have maybe the state logo there, but this camera is not making it easy to tell. Okay, we're into a less blurry camera now. Typically what's good in Mexico is like phone codes if you learn them. Or you can look for like construction signs and stuff like that, which are also very helpful in Mexico. This one's looking like, I don't know, like coastal or like somewhere in Guanajuato maybe, was my thought. We're growing agave, so typically you will get that in Oaxaca and places in Nayarit and stuff like that. So I might be looking to send something there. If only we could read this sign. Can I go like good into the good coverage and then come back to it with this? Maybe is the tech. Okay, I guess not. I guess it's just completely overwritten. Because like we're gonna have a province logo, like whatever that is, whatever that may be. San Jose de los Guayes. I don't know, my first thought was something around here because we do have agave, but I don't know what I'm going to find on this one. Especially because I feel like that sign's meant to be red. but I just won't be able to read it, unfortunately, because of the very blurry camera. Okay, typically, you don't want to be going down back roads here, is the thing, in Mexico, especially. I mean, we're onto a somewhat bigger road here, I guess. I don't know, double lane somehow, which is kind of interesting. Will I find anything at the end of this road? Looks like they really haven't found anything either. Political posters also helpful in this country. Juchitlan, rather. Juchitlan. I mean, maybe that's findable. It's possible that that could be findable. But we will keep moving, I guess. It's on rounds like this in which, you know, I really want to give up and slam sometimes and just go with my original region guess, which could be, you know, maybe the play, but sunk cost fallacy, man. Okay. I mean, I don't know where these places are, though, and it's not giving me a state. So, it's probably big, to be honest. There it is. Actually blind. Okay. Yeah, I mean, with the agave, Jalisco, Nayarit makes sense. And like stuff in Oaxaca, but looks a little bit different. This one, interesting. Are we in? Where am I zooming? Are we in Melia? Maybe. And we have a big fence. I think I'm just going for it. This is where one of these where I'll take the risk. We have a big hill there. Have I sent the wrong one? Okay, no. We've got it. GG's. All right, yeah. I mean, this is one of those where I'll take the risk and insta-send. So the reason you have to know when to insta-send and when to not, like I mentioned. And this was a good opportunity because we have this big border wall here, which, I mean, I've never really seen a double wall like this in mainland Spain. So that typically means probably one of the two exclaves that are in Morocco, which is either Ceuta or Melilla. And on this occasion, with the angle and I guess Ceuta a bit more hilly within the city. And I've looked at coverage there and I've looked at coverage in Melilla. And I thought this really fit for Melilla. And we're just looking at Morocco on the other side of this wall. So I thought this was a good opportunity to send. Yeah, he's going for Ceuta there, which, I mean, was the other option, I think. So he did get a good vibe. But sometimes that insta-send does end up working and came in handy there. All right, we'll queue up for another game here on moving. And we will get joniber again. Let's see what we got. We will be in Brazil here. Something de Goiânia. Putaria. I mean, we're just in Goiás, it appears. Sao Pedro. I mean, it says Goiânia on everything, so I'm going to assume. I mean, it says Aparecida de Goiânia, AP de Goiânia, so I'm just going to send them somewhere down here. And it was somewhere down here, which is going to be 29 points. I mean, that one, when you have info at spawn, like, I mean, your opponent's just going to send, you're just going to send pretty much. Good luck finding the 5k there. All right, this one, see, this is where an area code is useful. Unfortunately, I don't know them in the United States. 210, whitetail disposal. So next I would look at the plate. Looks like a Pennsylvania plate, I think. That one did. Blue section at the top, white section at the bottom. We've got Green Lane Mercantile. We're in Quakertown, maybe, is our place. Highlands something. Okay. Quakertown. School bus. Fares. Seeds Academy. Acton could be our place as well. Kind of just looking for places. Green Lane, Marlborough Lions Club. Okay, maybe they found something. I think I was maybe spending too much time reading signs. Green Lane, Marlborough Lions Club. Probably just leave it here. I hope the Lions aren't related to Penn State. Nittany Lions? No. Okay. Green Lane's here. Sure. It's going to be 142 points as long as you get a... I mean, no multis there. As long as you get a decent idea for where you want to guess beforehand. Always have an idea of where you want to guess on moving, because so you don't panic when it does come down to it and you don't know what the country is because you've been moving the entire time, is something that I've learned through playing moving in general. Okay, so on this one, we're in Italy. It looks like Montegolia. So kind of these dry hills. I mean, we're in small cam here, probably somewhere in the middle. Look at these massive hills here. It's vibing a bit, just very middle-ish. And will we find anything here? This is kind of one of those ones where I do feel like I could just slam, to be completely honest with you. Because will we find really anything? It's kind of unlikely. I'm going to try to go downhill this time. I've kind of broke my own rule by not going downhill, but hopefully going downhill now ends up working out somewhat. Yeah, it's just hard to find info in Italy sometimes as well, is the other issue. Because, I mean, we're just moving down the hill, at the very least, at a decently rapid pace. But yeah, I think pinpointing in Italy, very difficult in general, because you won't get a lot of info typically. And unless you know phone codes or stuff like that, it's a little bit harder of a pinpoint. Okay, we do have a sign here for places. Vasto, the A14 could be findable. If we look for that. I mean, the A14 might be kind of hard to find, but the green roads are typically a bit more findable. I only saw the A22, and that's about it. The A19 here. I hope it's not Sardinia as well. I mean, my initial vibe was just middle there, but middle Italy here. We have the A14. You can typically look at posters. Casalangu, I don't know. I don't think we have anything else, unless I don't recognize a big city name there, which is possible. But we will keep moving, I guess. I mean, this is a pretty big city here. I mean, a pretty big town, rather. I think I'm just sending this because, like, I mean, they have their marker. Are they even moving? Oh, they are. Okay. I mean, they have the A14. Have I found the A14? Oh, they have Gissi right there. Where's the A14? I mean, the A14 might just be an S green road. Potentially. I don't know. Anyway, we'll move on. Into Mexico again, which is definitely very fun. It does say Aguas Calientes on there, so I will just be sending that. When you find info, you don't typically have to 5k. You can just slam, especially on like lower multis rounds like this. Hoping your opponent misses and you just do a good amount of damage. Because on moving, it's kind of a war of attrition in a way. We do have India here. Let's hold that thought. And you have like Lugu maybe, or some language. I'm not sure which. How is it on this big highway? There is No road signs. Where are my road signs? I mean, on an Indian round like this, I'm just looking for road signs, typically. This is an absolutely massive highway, so we should get some. No? Okay, did not want to do that. Want to stay on the road. And collaboration. I mean, how can this sign say so much, but also at the same time, absolutely nothing? I mean, maybe I missed something useful in that sign, but who knows? I mean, brother. That has an address on it. Will I be able to read it, though? This is my issue with moving in India. Bro, it has the... Oh my gosh. Okay, well... Vishkapatnam... Bro. And then we've got... Bro. Okay, yeah, I guess he just got to that sign and just said Vishkapatnam. Which is fair enough. Yeah, I mean, we're close enough there to not take a lot of damage. This one, like, you know you're in Senegal, right? And you probably know you're in the car because you're in an absolutely massive city. So I would probably just slam this one, honestly. And then maybe my opponent blunder somehow, although I doubt it. I mean, typically, if you're not feeling comfortable, you can probably check just to ensure it's the car or something like that. This doesn't have to be the car, but I feel like, you know, they just, okay, I mean, see, they go St. Louis. So that's why. I mean, absolutely massive city there. So we'll take the points. I mean, and that's why you slam sometimes, especially on rounds like this. Okay, this one, somewhere in the US. We have Twin Falls County. Is that Twin Falls County? It is Idaho. Okay. Centennial Waterfront State Park. Well, they've sent... I mean, Twin Falls is here, but Centennial Waterfront State Park. Okay. I mean, that's pretty knowable, I guess. Where are we, though? Like, on this side? Looking at this bridge? No, we were on this side. I got confused, because apparently going up here, you get to the city. Fair enough. All right, moving around 8. I mean, that one was kind of self-explanatory moving wise. All right, in Brazil, typically, of course, looking for phone codes. But you also want to have a good region guess just in case that they get to a phone code and you don't, because it's kind of RNG in this country. But every person should know their Brazilian phone codes, generally, to some extent. And will I find a phone code on this one? It's looking unlikely right now. It's looking very unlikely right now. Because where is my phone code? Do we have no support on that poll? All right, well, I found absolutely nothing. Okay, we've got 4-3. 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. Should be like Londrina or something. So yeah, we'll be going there. And yeah, we're in Calor. It's going to be 144 points, but yeah. Knowing phone codes, if you're playing moving, is one of the biggest things because Brazil is such a big country and it's very rewarding if you know your phone codes and stuff like that. Okay, we got Perth terminals. We're at the Perth airport, I guess. Like, we're just getting some very famous rounds right now, it appears. And this one, will you take the time to line up for me? I guess so. I don't know, something here, I guess. Makes sense to me. Find the airport. They'll be quite close here. I don't even know if I'm on the 5K personally, but it's going to be a minimal amount of points, really. So it doesn't really matter. And we are. Okay. I mean, it's 7 points, sure. Yeah, and as you can see, moving duels typically go quite a long distance, so definitely a war of attrition. And we have some Stobies here, which is good to spot. We have Patrick's Place, residential estate. Shout out St. Patrick, it appears. Looking at bins sometimes can be useful in this country. Looking for road signs, however, is more useful. Port Wakefield and Wallaroo. Where's Port Wakefield? Heard of Port Wakefield? No. It's not on Kangaroo. Port Wakefield. We should be looking for the road number, maybe. B85's here. Port Wakefield's here. Okay. Just as I suspected. And we're probably in Kadena then, I would assume. And then we're looking for not seeing the thing, but we are pretty close to it. We're all the way out here. I guess it's not really labeled, but it does say Ireland Way. I guess that's how you would have put that one together. Patrick's Place. Okay. We are in Royal Canadian Legion, Redvers. Redvers appears to be our place. Now, where is Redvers? It's a good question. We got Redvers Hotel as well. Which way do I want to go to get out of here? Probably this. I don't know. This looks like a main road. Got Redvers. I actually don't know what province we're in, is the issue. Looks like Sask pulls with the alternating insulators, so gonna be looking for a road number here, and we do find one. It's gonna be the 13. So 13, I mean, the blue road's very scannable. Red, it's here. Now we just scan along the 13 for Redvers. Redvers, cool. And I don't know, we'll just plonk the middle. You don't need to 5k on this situation because you want to just get as much as you can in. Is my opponent moving? Okay, they are. Out of Redvers, Saskatchewan. So we will pick up some points here, it looks like. Very nice. And we do pick up 3771 for that. So very nice. Always looking for a road number in Sask is the main thing. Was able to scan along the 13 for it. Okay, I'm playing a German person in Germany. We have the 1 to Osnabrück. Where is Osnabrück again? Bruh, where's Osnabrück? Oh, I'm on it. Lingen 214. Bro, where's Lingen? I don't know. We're gotta be somewhere up here, I guess, because we're on the 214. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. See, sometimes you run through some trials and tribulations. I knew that wasn't my round because I'm playing a German guy, but we move into our next round here and looking for better. You know what I mean? And this is looking like Norway, I guess. Nordic houses. Nordic style houses. Should probably go this way. Seems... Oh, it's a dead end. Okay. Going this way was the play, it appears. I mean, being able to identify the country is always useful, I'd say, beforehand. So just in case you need to panic plonk, as I mentioned, you can typically get a good region down. What does this look like? This looks like Stavanger to me or something. If I had to make a no move guess from spawn, but it could just be Oslo. Movement is slowing down a little bit. Sign for great. I didn't want to really Lilivate. Okay. So we'll set a checkpoint at that thing there, that intersection, just in case we need to go back the other way. Signs here. Nordbo. Where's Nordbo again? Oh, never mind. It's 0.6. That's why I've probably never heard of it. Yellow sign here. Rossness. I've heard of Rossness. Where's Rossness? Is Rossness? I feel like I've heard of it. It could be tripping though. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay, we'll continue to move. I feel like I've heard of Rossness, but maybe not. Saltvet and... Yeah, we will go back the other way then. We'll go this way instead. Rossness. Maroy. I mean, it looks very south. Overall. Will I get to a road number, though, is the question. That would be quite useful in this situation. I assume if we follow this truck, we might leave town, hopefully, allegedly. I'm surprised. I mean, my opponent hasn't found anything either, because we're just getting very small place names. Probably is the issue that we're both running into. I mean, it looks so much like Stavanger is the thing. Especially with these hills. Huh. I don't know. I don't see any of the places. I mean, they've sent finally. I don't know. Now I'm a bit concerned. I think I'm gonna trust my region guess and go south, but I just... Huh. It's here. Okay. That's a lot of damage. Have I heard of Rossness? Maybe not. I don't even see it on the map. Okay. Minden. I have on that truck there. How knowable is Minden, though? We were playing the German guy in Germany, kind of a rig seed, I can't lie to you. Illertal? 126. I would really like a different road number than that. I would really love maybe place names that are knowable. Berkheim on the 7. Illertal and Berkheim. This is an issue because the 7 is quite long, guys. Illertal. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. 7 and the 126. I guess I could look for the intersection of those. Where would the 126 be, though? Like, all the way south? Like, does it even... this is not good. I'm surprised he hasn't sent yet, actually. Maybe he doesn't know where these places are. Understandable. The 7 in Wurzburg and Ulm. Where's Ulm? Wurzburg's here. Ulm. Or Illertal? I don't see you. I mean, Ulm is 37 away. So I'm gonna assume... I mean, maybe Illertal just means, like... I don't know. And we're on the same place. There. We know we're 32 away from Ulm. So we had a good sign for it. I mean, maybe we're there. He was closer on the first plonk, but it is going to be 498 points. Illertal, I mean, we've Day Iller. I mean, we're on the River Iller, I guess. So maybe it was something related to that. But we are in Mexico again. Bro, I mean, what is the seed? You know? We're just getting, like, Mexico and Germany and Riga group. Eh. Bro, what does this say? It says nothing. I want to get up on this highway, guys. Can I? Is that possible? Is it possible to get on this highway, guys? Maybe. Would be nice. We're on it now. Like, how useful is it? Well, I don't even know what my region guess would be actually on this one. Is the issue. We have 9, so we have 9 area code, which I would assume is Yucatan, I think. I'm not mistaken. Villahermosa, where's that again? Yeah, we're here, I guess, maybe. It says, Quatse. I mean, we're on this road somewhere, I guess. I don't know specifically which area. I guess Villahermosa is probably the click. Bit of a bigger city. We were all the way out here. Okay. It's gonna be 98 points there. I think the angles look better in Villahermosa than it did in Cardenas. Or didn't think we were on the coast there. All right, we're in Alberta here. We got a big interchange, it looks like. So we're 2 towards Edmonton north there. And we've got south to Red Deer. Okay, so we're between Red Deer and Edmonton at the very least. And I guess you could scan for the region with that. But I will probably look for a road sign here for the exit, because I think that might be easier. Lacombe and Bentley on the 12. Where's the 12? 12's there. Guess we're like here. And I guess we're coming off of it. We're like here somewhere. This is fine. Okay. No points. Pretty good match, I'd say. 7.5x. And we are in India here. Maybe Nepal? Copyright check. 24 could be Nepal. We have Hindi, I think. So I guess Nepal would make sense. Okay. Yeah, I guess Nepal makes sense here. We got the Karnataka style poles. Tharukurikola Bridge. Okay. Will we find any place? I actually don't know how. I can't give you guys any tips on moving in Nepal. Thakurwaripuri. I mean, we are very close to the mountains at the very least. But other than that, I didn't really see it there. Just kind of an issue. I mean, I would assume that we are probably somewhere in this, right on the river. But unfortunately, I don't see the place. So, I guess I'm moving then? Unless I can't move that way, then what do I do? Because I don't want to go down the side road. I guess you go down this way. Soul Med Medical. I mean, he sent. I think we might lose here, to be completely honest. I mean, I don't know. I guess we just leave it here. It's there. Do we have Duran on something? Maybe. Yeah, I couldn't go down into Duran, I guess. Or Daron, rather. But that's going to be the game. Yeah, win and a loss there for this episode. But two pretty good moving duels. Hopefully I explained everything clearly. It's hard to explain and play moving duels at the same time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. We're going to be doing more moving content. Probably going to be doing a play and explain on moving within the next month or so. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I will see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.